Hey guys, this is Azralynn with a quick review of Scrap Garden. Scrap Garden is a short, casual, 3D platforming adventure with some puzzle aspects. You play as a robot named Canny, who wakes up to find that the whole world is rusted and mossed over with no idea what happened or why. So you set out on your own to search for other robots who might have survived. The story is told with a narrative and cutscene dialogue between characters. The voice acting for the characters was alright for the most part, but I didn't like the narrator's voice. It felt too drawn out and it was really boring to listen to. And it actually made me lose a bit of interest in the story itself. I also didn't like that you can't turn the subtitles off. Most of the music was decent, but there were some parts early on in the game that I did find a bit annoying. And there were other times where I could tell where the audio track was looping. The game is primarily a 3D platformer, and you'll spend most of your time collecting enough crystals and keys to open the doors to progress. The characters are really cute, and the graphics are decent. Each level has its own style and different boss fight mechanics. Overall, the game is very casual in nature. There are some super simple puzzles that you'll have to solve, and a few tablet-inspired minigames. The combat is really simple as well. You just jump on top of a monster to kill them. I started off playing the game using the keyboard, but the controls didn't feel very smooth at all, and the camera angles were really irritating. When I tried to look around with my mouse, it was overly sensitive and the camera view would just go crazy, and there was no settings to adjust it at all. Once I switched to using the controller, movement and the camera angles were much better. Despite the game being very easy, there were some annoyances with the platforming. There were invisible walls and some places that you couldn't walk even though it looked like you could. And then there were several times where I would jump on things and slide off. There were other times where I would be standing still and just start sliding for no reason. The jumping was a bit inconsistent at times too. I sometimes couldn't double jump, especially when I was indoors. And there were boxes throughout the game that you can break by either jumping on them or throwing them, and it seemed a little bit buggy. I would jump from really high up or double jump and land on the box, but it still wouldn't break. And then other times, I would jump from a really low distance, just single jump, and it would break easily. I didn't die that often, but when I did die, it was usually because I slid off of whatever I was jumping to, even though it looked like I made the jump just fine. My biggest complaints about the game were with the platforming aspects of it. And with a game that revolves so heavily around platforming, I feel like it takes away from the experience. The game took me about 2.5 hours to complete, and the story is linear, so I don't really feel a need to replay it unless I wanted to go for achievements. Scrap Garden isn't a bad game. Visually it's very appealing and the game is really cute, but it's also very short and it does have some flaws with the platforming. I hope this review has helped you. If you enjoyed it, please like, subscribe, and post your feedback in the comments below. Thanks everyone, and have a wonderful day.